rereading it now for the film, it's so radical and so incredibly modern. And, you know, you're not only are you touched by the family, but for many of us, it was the first time we read a writer describe what it was to be misunderstood and their need to allow themselves to be seen as they truly were. And that runs the gamut from who they are in their nature, who they are in their femininity, in their sexuality, in their ambition, in their longing to be artists, in their interest or disinterest in ever marrying or having children of their own. It was a very radical character in Jo to discover, not only in that period, but any period for all of us, because there is no protection of convention in Louisa's writing. And so I think we're all trying to bring that wildness and spirit to her. Aunt March, who Meryl Streep plays, having a very different opinion of all of it. And so it's really fun to see these different points of view within all the characters in the storytelling. These girls are amazing, and it really helps when I'm away from my daughter to have them close and so cuddly because we've really become a family. Saoirse I knew before socially, and I just love her and love her independent spirit and a drivenness towards self, which Jo has, that I think she really understands and the movie needs, and it's really beautiful to watch. You know, and now I'm laughing all day with Eliza and Florence, who are playing Beth and Amy, or I'm having cooking lessons with Emma, who's playing Meg as my oldest, because I always sort of give her jobs. So we've done more domestic chores and long hikes together, and that's been beautiful. But I've really developed, and they've allowed, an individual relationship with each of them. Florence being the sassiest, because she's Amy. She can get us all into a little bit of trouble with her directness as a character, which is so good. She just brings such a great spirit to it. And Eliza, I hadn't known before, but she worked with a director, Jean-Marc Vallée, who I love very much, and he had told me how magical she was, and she's just amazing, lovely, kind, beautiful person. I think the most exciting thing about witnessing Greta the writer in terms of this adaptation is that the moments that she wanted to be the most radical or most available to a modern audience, she would say, I can't believe this. I'm actually going back to the text to use her exact words because it's so modern. And there are lines from the book that have never been said before in a film version of it. And you just realize what a radical she was. It's quite incredible. I mean, there are lines of dialogue between Saoirse and I, and in the letters between Louisa and her mother, where we just think, my God, it would be amazing for a mother and daughter now to speak so vulnerably and radically and openly about what it is to be a woman, and talking about one's sexuality and goals in life. It's been an incredible education to witness that. So, but also Greta's brilliant with language as an actress and as a filmmaker, and the rhythm of language and how to make language available. So how she hears things and then directing you through that is a wonderful gift. I think it's a book and hopefully a film about identity. And there's nothing more modern than that, and there's nothing more important than that. And perhaps now we are learning historically ancient. This question of who am I, despite everyone else's opinion, and how am I going to stand true to that in my life? And that's what Louisa May Alcott wrote about, and we want to give her her story as much as we can. Portraying strong female characters in any movie is something I really care about. Strong can be very misguided, and strong can be heroic. And luckily, in my life, I have done both, and I hope to continue to do that because it's a blessing as a female actor. But particularly in this film, strong is defined in many different ways, and that's what's so special about Little Women, that she has established strength as ambition, strength as independence, strength as art, strength as marriage and parenting, strength as being an activist. All of those characters and their strengths are shown in those different qualities. And they resent those qualities at times in each other, but ultimately they are their strengths. And that's so cool and so beautiful.
Hey, Lisa here. Now, goofs or mistakes are common in the making of all movies, and according to the Movie Mistakes website, the movies with the most goofs are Apocalypse Now with 390, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban has 296, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets has 289, Superman 4 The Quest for Peace has 267, and The Lord of the Rings The Fellowship of the Ring has 262. Now, do you like my t-shirt? You can get one for yourself in the link in the description.